Hold on, let me put the comments there.
Oh,
You
yeah,
see what I
Ashley.
actually said?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Sister Francis, let me show.
Hi, Ashley.
Wanda. It's rain, Ashley. Ashley just texted me, y'all. Funny part. I'm sorry, I have to say this. She just texted me and said, I hear running water or something. It's rain. It's just my way to bring in some good stuff. Let me see. Good morning, Sister Darwinika.
Yeah, Destiny.
Ashley said, oh. No, it's all right. Just speak to Tashawn. I understand. Hey, y'all. Hi, Destiny. That's so funny. Ashley was like, I hear running water. All right. Well, I am not going to hold everyone so long today. Good morning. Happy Saturday, beautiful people. It's your girl Bev on the Fly with Bev show. One more Saturday, the last Saturday of January. My, how time flies, right? It's been a wonderful month. It's been a month of just recovery for me. It's been a month of just rejuvenation. It's been a month of, just being able to see myself in a beautiful, more brighter light. Um, and I just want to thank you all again for joining in on my show. I really do appreciate you all. Hold on, wait, we got another person there. Hey, BJ,
Hey,
beat it. He was the guest from last week, and this week, as you all could see, we have my nephew, another one of my nephews. These guys are just so special to me. Tyshawn, and Ashley called us twins, and yes, he kind of does look like me, doesn't he, y'all? What do you think, TJ? You think yes or no?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm gonna let you. Well, first, let me just say I'm still working on my sweatshirts. I'm still working on those things. And yes, those things got well. I look forward to those things coming in February. I'm excited about the custom one that I have. That one's coming soon as well. And I know I keep updating you all, but just keeping y'all in the loop. Also, I have, yeah, Aunt Destiny said yes, twins. That's why I say he's like my son because he looks like me, and he's similar to me too. Like we sing, it's a lot of things we have in common, I guess, But well, a few things. I wouldn't say a lot because I'm still learning myself. So, anyway, but it's really been a good journey in January. Like how some people say they want to redo the month of January. Well, I actually don't want to redo January. I think this has been the best January I've seen in years in my life. And I'm very happy with my spiritual production and my natural production and the things that I've seen in myself and things like that. So good morning, everyone that's still signing on. Thank you all for joining me and my nephew, Tyshawn. I'm going to let him introduce himself. I've already said his name, but he can say his name and his age and what. Yeah, you can say your name and age and maybe something interesting about yourself or something that you do. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Go ahead.
Um, well, good morning, everyone. I'm Tyshawn. I'm 17. I'm in the 11th grade, and something interesting about me is I paint.
And he's thebomb.com, you guys. He's a really good artist. He's trying to be, a little, a little low key about it, but he has done some he has drawn some things for me. He has drawn some things that he's drew a picture of me. I sent him a picture, and him and my niece, actually his sister, they're both artists, and so they draw and he paints, and he's painted oh my gosh, he painted this picture. I wish I had it. My sister, he painted this painting. It was a flower pot.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a flower pot. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, you guys. He's really, really good at it. And I'm very proud of him as well. And I was just telling him, I was like, man, I was like, he's about to be 18. Hi. Oh my gosh, hi, how are you? I hope all is well with you. Tamara, Tamara, I get it mixed up on how to pronounce it. Good morning, Miss Deidre. How are you? Thank you all for joining us. So today I did an interview last week with my nephew Brandon about holiness in high school. And, like I said, we can always talk as adults on the things that we have to go through, on the things that we, have to put up with as far as having different religious beliefs on the workforce, amongst our family members, amongst our quote unquote friends. And I put it that way because sometimes holiness will drive a wedge between you and the people that you consider yourself close to at one point, simply because of what you believe. Um, and so I wanted to get insight. I was raised in holiness myself, and I think I mentioned that last week, but I didn't really take those teachings seriously from what I got. I didn't actually start striving to live for God until I was 17. So, Tashawn had already been equipped to the knowledge and actually striving to do things prior to being 17, to my knowledge, right? What age were you when you got baptized?
16 or 15 out of those two. I think.
One of those 15 or
Yes,
16?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. So, I'm sorry, somebody's asking me a question. I am not in Philly. I'm back in North Carolina. Back in North Carolina. So he was 15, and you can see these comments as I post them. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
a good thing. Um, he was 15 or 16. I can't remember either. All that matters that you done it. And so, like, basically, it's like the mindset, you have a young mindset where you're younger and you actually strive to live for God, like at a young age. That's not always easy, especially in the society that we have today, where there's so many people that want to fit in. So many people that want to blend in, so many young kids that want the same shoes or want the same outfit or want the same, you know, things that their friend next to them have. And so in holiness, you really do stick out like a sore thumb. And even though your dressing is still equivalent to any other guy, your teachings are different and your celebrations are different. And I know we were talking about some of the holidays and stuff of last week. So we're going to go into that, and I'm going to start up, let me see. Good morning, Sister Chris. How are you? You know who that is, right? You remember her from
I
Church of
think.
God True Holiness?
I
The
think.
candy lady.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think everybody remembers her as a candy lady, but she's my godmom. So hi. And then Wanda says, yes, he painted me a beautiful painting. I have it up now, TJ. So yeah, it was very awesome. So basically, when or what made you decide to actually want to start taking the religion of holiness seriously as a young individual, as a young adult?
Um, so I took it seriously when I was. It's like it took me a long time as a young age to like realize about like holiness and like understand it. So as soon as I kept listening to the pastor and what he been talking about, like kids at school and young people about holiness and telling them how to get in it and stuff, it made me like feel like I needed to be in holiness because you know when I see kids at school, it's like this generation for our generation is like it's like bad a little bit because like these some students and people at school don't like understand about this world and what's going to go on soon and everything. So when I remember that message pastor preached about um, the young generation, like the kids, need to get put God first in anything that you do. And I like how Pastor was preaching about like anything that you want to do in life, you know, God can make it come true if you put Him first. So when I got to when I was in Rocky Mount, um, I remember my granddaddy, Mr. Harris, was preaching and everything, and I remember he was preaching about something, and it made me like want to actually like get baptized and actually do right. And yeah, when I got baptized, and yeah, it made me like it made me like as it made me understand more about holiness, and it made me
It's all right.
yeah
Take your
it's
time.
all
I know y'all.
yeah
He's my shy nephew, but he's really bright and really smart. So just bear with him because I know he's shy, but it's okay. Just breathe. Okay, just breathe.
yeah.
But yeah, so as you begin to hear the messages and things like that, can you describe as far as like basically the feeling, internal feeling of it? Like how did you feel internally as the word was going forth and as you begin to hear it? Like, some people are convicted and things like that and they feel a certain type of way so that they, like I know with me, I started finding myself like thinking about God and thinking about where I didn't want my life to end up at the end of this life, and I think that's what prompted me to like actually want to strive and live for God, at a young age because you're around the teachings, but at the same time you still have the mindset that you still want to blend in, and not be so different from everybody else. But when you hear that you got to put God first, when you hear that you need to put God first, when you hear that your life is not going to be what you think it is unless God is first, I love the point you made. Like, anything you want to be in life, God can make it happen if you put Him first. And I think that's a really good point to make because I think a lot of people feel like they can just do whatever they want to do and that God is supposed to conform to that. But it's like when you really think about it, that's why your life sometimes falls apart, even at a young age, because you don't have God in the right place. And I think if more people understood that having God in the right place keeps your life on a good, consistent path, even though you're going through things, I think that's a really good thought to have that you'll be progressing, even though you're going through things, you'll still be progressing because you have God first. So how did you feel like that moment that you were getting ready to get baptized? Like, how did you feel when you were like, man, like, I didn't repent of my sins. Now I'm about to get baptized. Like, how did you feel about that?
I felt I was happy, and I felt you know a little bit nervous because when at a young age it's hard to like because when you have to deal with school and everything, it's hard to like focus and everything. So I was very like excited and also nervous to get baptized because um I know it won't be easy to try to be with God and be in holiness. And um when I was getting ready to get baptized, I just was like, I just thank God because it was a great moment to actually like get baptized and actually strive to be holy and be with Him. So yeah, that's how I felt when I was getting prepared to get baptized.
So how did you feel after you got baptized? Like after you came
Um,
out of the water, how did you feel
I
after?
felt it felt I felt like something like something just came out of me when I like after I got up from the water from under the water and everything. I just felt something like it felt like something just blew off me a little bit, and I felt like something was gonna be great because I was getting baptized, and I know that when I got baptized and when I started putting God first, something my future was gonna be like it was gonna be something good, and I felt free when I got baptized because I felt like I can actually like do things with God and actually like put him first in things. And when I can actually like go to school and be not just be nervous all the time, but just have a mindset that God is with you during this in school and stuff. And I was every time since I got baptized, and when I went to school, I always prayed, and I thank God that I actually like He made me open my eyes, and I got baptized and things. So yeah, that's
That's good. Now, what challenges have you faced since you've been like, if you compare before you started striving to live right versus now, what challenges have you faced or how different has it been? Can you see the difference in your life since you actually, you know, crossed over into actually striving to live holy?
yes, ma'am. I like change like challenges for me. Before I used to like because I love music,
Mhm.
and I used to.
Now, I ain't telling you to tell all your struggles and stuff, but I
I
mean,
know.
like, as far as school and stuff. But,
Yeah.
if you feel like it's not a thing to tell it, then you tell it,
Oh,
but don't tell everything because everybody don't need to know everything. But go ahead.
so you know, music wise, I used to like listen to like pop music, and as soon because I had before I was gonna get baptized, I had a mindset to not try to listen to those music, and around school, people all the kids mostly listen to hip hop and stuff. So I had a mindset to um, listen to more gospel music, and that was my challenge. Like it was hard for me to not go back into listening to pop music and things. So that was
I mean, it's
also a
easily
challenge.
accessible. I mean, you just turn it on, right?
Yes, ma'am. And clothing, like also like fashion wise, because in school people dress differently from school, and I had to stop wearing like shorts in at school and stuff. So I had to like change my fashion and how I dressed it at school. And the other some other challenges I usually had was getting the right friends that will support you, because I'm thankful that I found friends that actually accept my religion, and that understand that I can't celebrate certain holidays, or I can't like do certain things that they do. So
Like
that's
Halloween,
all.
you can't go trick or treating.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Or
and do like
Christmas,
yes, ma'am. Yeah,
just so
and
that y'all know what holidays we don't celebrate.
yeah,
Christmas,
mm,
Halloween, Easter, um, and I think anything else is like, up for
yeah,
grabs. So, I mean, things that contradict what we believe is what we don't celebrate. So
yeah,
that's Halloween, Christmas, and Easter.
yeah.
But go ahead. Hold on, wait one
So
second. Let me interject you real fast and say, good evening, Sister Shalom. She's in South Africa and she's watching in South Africa. Wanda says,
that's
wonderful
awesome.
to you. And Sister Chris says, awesome. And Sister Nikisha says, that's wonderful. So yeah, go ahead. And good morning
Um,
to those that are joining in. We appreciate your eyes and ears this morning. This is my nephew Tyshawn, and we're talking about holiness in high school, and we're just getting some details and information and sort of like a testimony on his challenges and things, and of how he's been able to manage going from not being religious to actually, even though he was around us all this time, actually taking in the teachings for himself at a young age. um, okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry if I
um,
cut you off,
that's
but
it's fine. I've been in chorus since ninth grade.
uh-huh.
Through my journey in chorus, it was a challenge because they did holidays like Christmas concerts and stuff, and it was hard for me to not like because I love singing, and
Yes.
I had to tell my teachers and them that I can't come to these certain events because of my religion, and I'm glad that they understand that And it was hard for me in class because when they was also singing those music, it was hard for me not to like
Want to
sing
sing
it.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
also a challenge for me in school, is because it's just hard for me to not like sing those holiday songs and stuff. So yeah, it was
And
also a
listen, don't
challenge.
feel bad because it's still every now and then I think, the song Noel was ringing in my head this morning. And I'm like, why in the world is the song Noel in my head? Like, get out of there. So even as adults, like we still, and that's why I wanted to shed light on this, because even as adults, we still have the same exact struggles as the young kids. Like it's not different because you're young. It's just the fact that, as adults, we've learned to be by ourselves. We stay by ourselves, some of us, and we can kind of control how things are done. And the holidays are definitely a tough time, like because you're sticking out like a sore thumb no matter where you go. But I feel like you have an advantage as a 17-year-old to get stern in that. And that takes a lot of guts and gusto, like I said with BJ last week, gusto, to tell your teachers, like, I can't be a part of these songs because I no longer, or I don't celebrate Christmas, so I can't sing these songs. And for them to accept it, that says a lot. And actually, they're not allowed to not accept it. If they were to say, "Well, you got to sing this," or "You get an F," they can actually be sued for that because we have freedom of religion according to our Constitution. And so they're not supposed to deny us of anything, because if we had different religions, like the Muslims or those other religions, they don't force them to do things that they don't want to do. And it's just that the fact that we're not walking around like Muslims, or not walking around like the Amish, or just certain people. And then, let me see. South Africa. Wow. Yes. All the way from South Africa. Thank God for that. Destiny said, yes, TJ, the holidays are always tough. And then she says this, them, Merry Christmas, me, have a great day. Exactly. That's what you have to say. Have a good one. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Like, and as adults, we've learned to say those things and to be okay with it. Whereas you're younger. And these are things that you have to deal with as, just being simply, a teenager, and so you have to make sure that you're standing up for what you believe now. But guess what? By the time you're 20, 25, it ain't gonna be nothing for you to tell people, I don't celebrate Christmas, not even in no form, with a straight face. And they're gonna be like, I can't give you a gift. No, I can't take a gift from you. Thank you for thinking of me, but no. Without being rude about it. You don't have to be, I don't celebrate Christmas. I ain't gonna tell y'all no more. Leave me alone with that. You just can simply say, I don't celebrate Christmas. Thank you for thinking of me. They're trying to give you a gift. Thank you for thinking of me, but I don't celebrate Christmas. you know, and just leave it at that. And many people don't understand that, because it's like, we're in America, first of all, which I think is the dumbest reason. We're black people and we go to church. So in their mind, they're like, all black people and all people that go to church celebrate Christmas. It's like, no, that's not true. Because clearly I go to church and I don't celebrate Christmas. Even if I used to, and we used to. But when we came into the truth of God and we saw the the truth about it, then that's when we switched over and we no longer celebrated it. And people don't understand that, and it's hard. So how do you think, you know, so do you find that you're feel yourself progressing with those challenges, and you feel like you're able to take them on a little bit more?
Yes,
Or,
ma'am.
and you say yes. So it's like, that's what it's all about. Seeing progression in your walk, seeing progression in your strength, seeing progression in the way you think about certain things. And it's not easy, and thankfully, I know you have thankfully, it's just a thing of us really truly just standing up for what we believe, and let me see. Sister Shalom says, it's like, how did you get there? Silent night ringing in the mind out of nowhere. Exactly. Like, I'm like, what in the world? And it's always the Temptations version, I think, if it's Silent Night. But but it's just a thing of just being able to be different, because family is not going to always understand if your family isn't a part of it. Your so-called friends, so-called people. I know there are people that didn't really understand the transition that we had, and so they begin to, act a certain way and treat you a certain way. And that's when you realize, like, okay, they don't have respect for what I believe, even if our beliefs are different. And it's just a matter of you just being able to be numb to all of that, numb to who don't believe in what you believe in. As long as they don't disrespect it, you can just, oh, okay, you don't care about, okay, that's fine with you. That's fine with me. It is what it is. Like, you have your feelings about it, but that's not going to move me. So I think as a young age, it's really, really good. What are some things that you have learned since you've been in holiness, and some things that you strive to apply besides the God first? Because I know that's the main ingredient. That's the only thing that's going to make our lives work. But what are some other lessons you've learned? I know you mentioned earlier about, Pastor teaching about being young in holiness. Like, what are some things that you know that have stuck out to you that you've learned too?
Um, I learned, to always, humble myself. When there's students that who don't know about holiness, don't judge them. You know, always humble yourself and just thank God that He opened up your eyes. And also learn to not judge other people you know because you're in holiness. That doesn't mean you judge on someone else because they're not in holiness. So I learned to like always, always just always be, you
It's all
know,
right. Take your time.
always be like always think about things before you, say it out and everything. And like Pastor said, like I remember he saying stuff like, don't judge someone else, judge yourself. So, you know, I always, you know, always when I'm at school, I always, even though I don't see people do the right things, always pray for them, and you know, and always like humble myself again. And yeah,
It's okay. That's good though, because you don't want to walk around like you're better than anybody else because you're in holiness. Some people carry this arrogancy, you know, and some people act like they're better than the next person because they have, the holiness teachings in their life. And that's not a way that we are taught. And some people think, based off of the way Pastor teaches, that we're some church that just, I don't know, arrogant and just act like we all that. They have no clue. They have no clue that we're taught to be humble, and that we're taught to not look at other people the way that we would want to be looked at. And like you said, you see other people doing things, but you got to judge yourself. You got to pray for them, and not talk about them, and not go around just doing different things. And I think it's just crazy. It's just basically one thing that I always keep in my mind is, I'm not responsible for how people do me or do things. I'm responsible for what I do. And that's one thing that keeps me humble. People can be a certain type of way towards me, but God ain't going to get me because of the way they treat me. God going to get me because of the way I treat them. And I always keep that in my mind, that if I don't do right by other people, if I don't do right by other people in a manner that God is pleased, I'm going to get in trouble for that. If somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing, and I'm sitting up there pointing the finger, saying this and saying that, God going to get me for that, you know? And I'm going to be just as guilty as them. So that's a good mindset to have, to be humble, because how many kids do we know get these lessons every single day to be humble? That's not popular. Let me see. Sister Marilyn says, morning. Good morning. Destiny says, amen. And I read that in one of the minister's voice, and I'm pretty sure she knows who I'm talking about. All she had to do is add the D on there. Wanda says, that's right. Never judge. It's hard sometimes, but we will have to answer for those judgments. Love it. Praying for them is the right thing to do. Love it, TJ. Sister Chris says, amen. Just respect others. Tashawn, you are very wise.
yeah,
Let's see. Ashley says, amen. And Sister Shalom says, wonderful. Looking at yourself is very important. Yes, it is. And anybody, if y'all have questions for Tashawn, please feel free to put them in the comment section. I think it's a good deal to ask them questions as well. And what type of student are you? Like, what type of student are you? When you go to school every day, what type of student are you?
When I go to school, I'm very quiet in class. I'm in my classes. I'm very antisocial. So, um,
Don't use the word antisocial. Just, well, I don't know. Maybe we could. I'll let you use it since you chose that word. But.
yeah, I'm very like quiet in class. But when I'm very like focused in school.
Mhm.
So when the teachers are talking, like some my teachers talk about certain things. My teachers have talked about like religion and stuff in school and everything. And when I like listen to them talk about it, I'll like listen and everything, and
Do you find error in what they say?
yes, it like I don't say it, but I just in my mind I'm like I can see myself like you're no, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Because of what we believe, it makes your antennas go up, right?
yes,
And so you're just like, yeah, no.
and everyone like the people in my classes, they like because I remember I did like like a presentation
Hmm.
of yourself, like about yourself, because I don't want I want people to know in my classes that you know I don't I'm a very I put God first in things, and you know all the students in my classes respect that because they understand that everyone believes in certain things and they're going to respect that. So I'm glad that I have students in my classes that understand what I believe in, and they don't ask me questions about it, but they like when they like play certain things, they know like, oh, I remember one person was like, Tyshawn, do you listen to hip hop? I'm like, no. It was like, why? And I was like, because of my religion. They were like, oh, I understand that. So, and as a student in school, I'm very, you know, quiet, and I stay focused, and I, always have my head up and everything. So yeah,
That's good though, because it's so easy. Now, me, I was a social butterfly in school. So I was just always like, in conversation, unless I was in math class. Math class just had me just, oh, let me do this, let me do this. Like I was saying last week, I was just saying how I helped teach the class in math because my teacher had a very thick accent and nobody understood nothing he said, which I thought was very strange. He was from the Virgin Islands, so he sounded like grandma. He sounded like my mama. And so, but he sounded clear to me, but everybody else couldn't understand what he said. So I had to teach the class what he just taught them because they didn't understand. But I think it's a good thing because you can stay focused, and then you have students around you that do respect you, which is a really good thing because I had people around me, and when I actually started taking things seriously, that would really speak up for me and say, she don't wear pants, why you asking her that, like, and people would say that for me and I wouldn't have to say anything about it. But as a girl, we stick out a lot more than you guys do because we wear our heads covered everywhere, and we wear our skirts and dresses. But in school at the time, with the knowledge I had in holiness back then, we didn't wear our heads covered, but we wore skirts and dresses. And so, people would stick up for me and stuff like that. So I was grateful for that too. Let me see. I think Wanda said self-awareness. You being self-aware, that's a really good thing. Destiny said selectively social instead of antisocial. You're selectively social. Unless you really don't talk to nobody, then that would be antisocial, right? Against socializing. Only in class, because you probably talk to people on before school, at lunch,
yeah,
things
at
like that.
lunch, yeah,
Yeah. So you just choose when you socialize. But while you're in class, that's a good thing because you're going to class to learn anyway. And how you gonna learn if you're so busy talking to everybody?
sure.
You're not gonna learn if you're too busy. Now, I did learn, but I was social. Let me see. Sister Darwinika, and like I said, like I told you earlier, you can choose what you want to answer and, be selective in how you answer it too. She said, if it's not too personal, what do you feel is the best thing your parents have done to encourage you and help propel you along this journey in a positive manner? So, if you feel like your parents have done things to encourage you in your holiness journey, I think
Yeah.
that's what she's referencing to.
I can answer.
Okay.
Um, my father has he's very, I like when he talks to me, it makes me understand more about holiness, and he's very like serious about it. And he talks to me and about school and stuff, and like how to like you know be a man in holiness. And I love how he supports that. He knows that I'm very like serious about holiness, and I just love when he like explain things to me, and I can get knowledge from him from knowing about holiness and stuff. So
That's good. That's really good because some parents aren't supportive. Like young people, we've heard pastor tell stories about how some parents of the young kids would find holiness and they would want to get baptized, but their parents would prevent them from going to get baptized, or their parents wouldn't want them to be saved. And, it's crazy, but it does happen all the time. So the fact that my brother, everybody, is encouraging you, how to be a man and things like that, because in this world, it's a tough world out here. And as you get older, you'll see more of that, and you're seeing it on a scale, a lighter scale. But as you get older, as a man and as a black man in this world, it's hard. But if you got God, and when you have him, you have the best one. You have the best one to lead you, guide you, teach you, always protect you, always provide for you. That's the one to have. And for you to be here right now and then to have your father encouraging you to go forward, I think that's a beautiful thing because not a lot of people, you know, can have that in their lives. I had my dad, I have my mom, and dad. You know them, they're your grandparents, and they've always been in my life, and thank God for that. And since I started living this life, I saw their lives, and I saw how they were sincere about holiness. I saw how they were sincere about living for God, and that encouraged me to take God seriously just the same exact way. So to have that influence on your life where you can see your father and he can tell you these things, I think that's a beautiful thing. Destiny says, like I asked BJ, oh, let me put it up here. Like I asked BJ, have you been able to fast at school? If so, how were you able to navigate that? Have you been able to fast at school?
no, man, it's hard. I like tried
Uh-huh.
at school, but it's just hard because it's so much people in your ear that keeps talking, and I just can't focus. I don't like when I'm like praying. I like to be in a quiet place. So at school, it's hard because students are going to come up to you and try to ask you questions and about work and schoolwork and stuff. So it's hard to do it. In my opinion, it's hard to do it. For me, it's hard to do it at school because it's a lot of kids around you that talks a lot, and I can't focus like that.
Okay. Well, one thing I will say is I've learned that in fasting, you can talk about those things that don't distract you. Like if they want to ask a question about schoolwork, that's okay. But if they want to ask you about the latest sneakers or, things that you just okay, that's not important to me right now. Then I can understand. But that's like disgusting because you just like I'm not trying to think about sneakers. I'm trying to pull on heaven. Like I ain't trying to worry about that. Thanks, Des, for that question because I thought about it, but I thought I would let you. She said, "Thank you for your honesty and kudos for trying." Did he really just say Sister Beverly? I'm so done with him. Hold on. Thank you for your honesty and kudos for trying. Brother Trenton says, good morning. And he said, good morning, Sister Beverly. Good morning, Brother T. T, how do you handle the young ladies that are interested in you, but you're not interested in them? So yeah,
Uh,
let's talk about it. Let's get real.
so I remember this. It happened like I think this happened like 3 times. Like one of this girl friend, her friend came up. to me saying, "Oh, she likes you and everything." So what I do when someone likes me is I respectfully tell them, "I'm sorry, I can't," but not like I tell them that I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. You're a beautiful person, but I'm sorry, it can't be me. One day you'll find someone, but it can't be me.
So you the diss master.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like an answer I would give. Yo, you sure that you're not my son? Because I would be like, look, you a nice person and all, but yeah, no, you got to find somebody else because I ain't the one. So that's good though. I mean, that's good verbalization with them, if I can use that word. That's really good because Ashley said curve on. But I think that's like really, really good. Dang, that was good. I'm pretty sure they feeling still be hurt after that one. Cause I mean, you just what Disney say? I can't. It can't be me. Exactly. You'll find someone, but it can't be me. Let me see. That was a good question. Thanks, Trent. He always got to throw in some spice. Let me see. Sister Darwinika says, hold on. I think my internet may be acting up a little bit. Can you hear me still?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Let me see, because I think my internet's acting up. She says, very thankful for you sharing your perspective, Brother TJ. Didn't want to spell your name wrong. This will help me with my son. I try to just encourage him, but sometimes as parents we can do too much. Can you hear me? Is my internet acting up? Or is it
Oh no, man, I
yours?
can hear
I
you.
don't know. I can't tell. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear us. Okay, I think I'm freezing or something over here. I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Okay, you can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. I feel like my internet's acting up. Hold on. Let me join. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I made right. Hold on. My internet's acting up. I don't know why. You're freezing a little. I knew it. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, y'all can still hear
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
Okay. Let me see. What else? Hold
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
My internet's
Yes,
acting
ma'am.
up. I don't know
Okay, let me
why.
see.
You're
Wait, let's
freezing
make
a
this
little.
thing
I
go
knew
work
it.
while we can hear you.
Okay. Wait. Let's wait until it comes back on. Prince says, "Go ahead, go ahead, go
Let
ahead."
me see. Ashley says
Okay, let
LOL.
me see.
Ashley
Wait, if
says
maybe your
also
screen can
curve
work
on
while
them.
we can hear you. Okay.
Destiny says it can't be
Wait, let's
me.
wait
Sister
until it
Long
comes
says
back
my,
on.
my, my.
Um,
Destiny says at least you said
let me
they
see.
were a
Ashley
beautiful
says,
person. And oh, hold on. I don't know if y'all can see me or not. Let me put this up. Okay. Let me see. And Wanda says you better come on here. And Brother Trent says we got us another got us another curve king, y'all. Tashawn,
Ma'am.
I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Can y'all hear me still? Then my nephew's the disc master and the curve king. You're coming in clear. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm enjoying your program, and Tashawn. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Can y'all see? Oh, okay. It's fine. Nothing is going wrong. Okay. All right. I can't see Tashawn though. That's why I'm asking. I can't see him. But okay. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me go back. But Trent said, go ahead. Ashley said, LOL. Let me enter studio. Curve on them. It can't be me. Okay, I'm going back through the so I can find it. We got us another curve king, y'all. Let me see. All right, I'm coming back in all the way now. Okay. Oh, there I am. Well, I can hear myself.
Okay, let's
Okay,
see.
let's see.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah, I
backup
have a
plan
backup plan
because I don't have
because
time
I
for
don't
that.
have time for
I
that.
think it runs in
I
the
think it
family.
runs in the
Yes, it does,
family.
Ashley.
Yes, it does, Ashley.
It does run in the family.
It does run in the family.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me
All
see.
right, let me see.
The Dismaster and the
The
Curve King.
Dismaster and the Curve
This is a
King.
Darwinika
This
says,
is a
hope my
Darwinika
son does the
says,
same.
hope
Yes,
my
we can hear
son
you.
does the same. Yes, we can
You're
hear
coming
you.
clear. Okay, we can see
You're
him
coming
very
clear.
clear. I see
Okay, we
y'all.
can see him
Oh,
very clear. I see y'all. Oh,
got it. Okay. Am I echoing? I feel like I'm echoing. Oh, okay. You know what? I am echoing. All right, let me see. All right, so it looks like that kind of stirred up everybody this morning. Mhm. Okay, so I hope y'all can hear me. Yes, it looks like Tatiana saying yes. Okay,
Yes,
so I
ma'am.
had to switch because Okay, now I'm not. All right, perfect. So let's see. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, everybody's still telling me they can hear me. Okay, with the two strangers. Okay, perfect. So let me see what else. Where were we? I forgot. Okay, so basically you turning women down was that's really good though because she said yes we can hear you. We always have. I know, but I couldn't see or hear. Um, let me see something because I don't know what's going on with my service. Let me see. See, it's always something with this house. But anyway, I think that's a really good thing. And yes, I do believe it runs in the family because we all have a way of like, yeah, no, that ain't for me. Like, nah, you got to keep it moving. So it's really good to like, just have that sternness and just have that moment of still being polite at the same time for some people. Not everybody can do it at once. I get that. Still think it's a really good discipline to have to be able to turn them down. So you're really just trying to stay focused. I can't see TJ at all. I don't even so that's why I'm struggling to have this moment right now because I can't see him on my phone. And when he's back on my computer, I can't see him on that either. So let me see what I can do. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm sorry because I can't see him. So I don't even know how he's going to respond to anything because I can't see. All right, let me see something. All right. Okay, let me see. So y'all can see me there, but just give me a few seconds. No, I can't hear him or see him. Y'all can see him and hear him, but I can't. Let me see about this internet over here because this is annoying. So I just really wanted to. I know y'all can see him, and that's great, but I can't see him at all, nor can I hear him. So I don't even know how to like continue his part of the interview. But I will say that this is the most important thing to me right about now because I really wanted to shed light upon, just the young people. And I wanted my niece to come on, but she's really, really shy. But I'm hoping that, one day I can get maybe, those of you all that are watching, if you have a daughter that's young and in holiness, for those that go to First Church, um, and that's no shade to no one else, but if you have a daughter that's in holiness, please feel free to reach out to me. And if she wouldn't mind talking about, how she feels being in holiness, I think that would be excellent. And I would love that. So I can get a female's perspective because we have to do a little bit more. We have to wear our heads covered. We wear the skirts and dresses as far as attire goes. And I just want to know like what challenges she has faced because sometimes, as a female, we have it harder in that aspect because you got the fly girls, you got the girls with the mini skirts on. You got the girls that all the boys is chasing after because they feel like, whatever. They can get whatever, whenever, however. Not all the time, but that's sometimes that can play tricks on a female's mind to believe that she has to blend in with that atmosphere in order to be liked or loved. And one thing I always want to incorporate for the young sisters is to love themselves just like the young brothers. I want them to love themselves too, because it's not just a female thing that you need to love yourself, it's a male thing too. And I think sometimes we don't always get those lessons. We don't always hear you need to love yourself, whether you're male or female. We don't always hear that. And being in holiness, you can compare yourself to somebody if you're not careful because of the life they're living. And you want to live that life versus the life that you're being taught to live. So that's why I wanted to get, a perspective on those that are in high school, because it's really hard to try to real people back in after they went out there for so far. Exactly. Yes, Destiny. Self love is for everyone. And that's what I don't think a lot of people understand, that it's not just a female thing, but I know a lot of females probably hear that a lot more than males do, because look at the things that a lot of females resort to. All these things that they don't need, makeup, you know, extra hair that's not theirs, and you know they get implants, and they get, and if anybody don't know what implants is, in the boob area, in the butt area, like they get stuff put in them because they don't like the way they look, because evidently they're looking at someone else to compare themselves. And as a female in a holiness, we're no makeup, no relaxers, no um fake hair, no nails, no arched eyebrows, no lipstick, no mini skirts, no pants, all these things that we see every single day. And if we're not cautious as we look at other females, we will feel like we're lacking something because we're not looking like them. And it's like, no, I'm beautiful just the way God has made me, natural hair and all. God gave me this hair for a reason. He gave me this texture for a reason. He gave me this body shape for a reason. And I should wear that in a way where I know that God has given me the best, because He is the best. So anything else that's added on or taken away, it's not good. God gave me this. So I should look at it, and I would want anybody else to look at it in the same light. I think I'm almost, God, please let this work. Please let this work. Because I can't see my nephew, or quote unquote my son, because he does kind of look like me. He got that glasses on. But it's so funny because Tyshawn used to sing when he was a kid, and he used to sing really loud. And I used to be laughing because I was like, man, like, oh my gosh, I was the same way. My mom used to fuss at me, like, you are not the only person who stay in this house. Why are you so loud? And so I just thought it was really funny that, my nephew's like the same way as me. Hold on, you guys. I Just give me a couple seconds to get this right. I'm really not, normally I'll be feeling like, oh my God, oh my God. But I really don't feel like that today. I just want to get my nephew back on camera with me. That's all. Let's see. Let me see what happened. Okay.
Mm, can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Really, you can't hear me because I was
Oh,
muted.
okay.
Okay, let me see. Brother Holmes says, "Good morning, guys, maybe." Sister Melissa says, "When my baby was in traditional school, they constantly asked about why she kept her head covered." Exactly, and that's what I wanted to shed light on. Basically, like, being able to be different. You heard everything I said before, right, Tasha? You was listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am.
You saw me and I couldn't see you. That's so terrible. I felt like a fish out of water. But I think it's really, really good that, I shed light on this subject because Sister Melissa, again, she said when my baby was in traditional school, they constantly asked about why she kept her head covered. And honestly, like, that's something that we have to answer as a female. We have to answer that question because we keep our heads covered all the time, because we never know, when we're going to pray according to the teachings that we're given, and so it's sometimes it could be annoying, sometimes it could be hard. Sometimes if we're not careful, we'll be like, man, I don't know if I could do this because I'm sick of them asking me questions, things like that. And you don't want your kids to feel like they have to give up on this, because that's why you got to teach them balance. You got to teach them how to answer those questions and how to answer with confidence and how to not be ashamed and how to not feel embarrassed that they're different. Like if we walked around feeling embarrassed all the time, we wouldn't do nothing. We wouldn't celebrate. We would celebrate everything everybody else celebrates because we don't want to be different. But that's not okay. Let me see. Aunt Des says, you see that question?
Yes, ma'am.
She said, how was your experience at the convention?
My experience at the convention was the best. I had a wonderful time at the convention because I was playing the tambourine really good.
You was
Because
what?
I was playing the tambourine really good at
You
church, and
I didn't know you was playing the tambourine.
yes, and I just
When?
love,
I didn't even see that.
and I just love the message. The message was my. Just love the message when Pastor preached at the convention, and I had a very good time just seeing everyone in the church and seeing the family with us and everything. So I really had. I'm just ready for the youth convention that's coming
I
up.
know. Isn't it awesome? So what was one thing that stuck out to you?
Um, One thing that stuck out to me when Pastor, I remember he was preaching about people with different skin colors and everything, like different race, and I love how he said that we're all equal. You know, God made us all equal. It don't matter where you from or what race you are. And I loved how Pastor kept just saying, keep putting God first. I love when he really said, the reason why you're still here, the reason why you are in 2022, because it was by God mercy. And God's giving you a chance to do better and getting better. And, I love when he said, God doesn't want you to go to hell. So that really like stuck out to me, and I really loved when he said that.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, very key points. I really feel like, you know, that was a very significant convocation, and I feel like it really helped me start off 2022 better than I could ever have imagined, because after going through so much in these past 5, 6 years, it's like the new year never really felt like a new year. But this year, 2022, felt like an actual new year to me, and sometimes it's so hard to process sometimes everything we have to do to live for God. But then you get those moments where you hear it in a language in a way where you're like, man, like I can do this. Like it's going to take some struggling and it's going to take some falling and getting back up again. But with God's help, I can do this. And, it takes faith, to believe that you're on the right track and you have everything you need to be successful in God. And just those messages, every last one of them was just on point. As always, it's not that they're off point anytime, but they were on point to the point where I was just like, God, I thank you, because we all needed it. And everyone, I'm talking about from the young to the old, like everyone, you can just tell, like the atmosphere was just so beautiful. And to spend the last week or the you know last moments in 2021 in church, like, or prior to you know being in church and then start the new year in church, it's like I don't think people really understand, that when they say, well, where you going for the new year? I'm going to church. Like I don't think they, in their minds, they're like, oh, okay, because that's not what they doing. But the difference in our lives is because we got God, and I think that surpasses, and I know that surpasses any other place we could ever be, any other place we could ever be. And Destiny said you ordered one. What? It came in one day. You ordered it in Philly.
Yes, ma'am.
When you saw that it was going to be delivered the next day, you was like, "Oh, let me order this."
Yes.
That is so hilarious. So, what day did you order, and what day did it come? Well, what day did you
I
order it? And tell me when it came.
I remember. I think it was on. Wait, I think we went to Philly. trying to remember. The
You went up with Aunt Shonda, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all
It
went up
was.
Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday into Thursday.
I think we ordered it that day. Then it came like the next day.
So you had a tamarind the whole weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
Yo, that's dope. I love it. I love it. I love it. Aunt Destiny says, yes, let's get it. Youth code 2022. That's so funny. And then she said, yes, amen. And she said she think it was Thursday. So that's really, really good. I didn't know. I don't even know how I missed that, but that's really, really good. I'm glad. Is there anything that you are looking forward to in 2022 this year? Anything in particular that you're looking forward to? It doesn't have to be about church, but just anything.
Mhm. Well, I'm looking forward to since I'm like turning 18. I'm looking forward to get in the car. You know, um, being more confident in my singing. I got good news. I got a solo and chorus.
Okay, yay!
So
Congratulations.
thank you. So I was praying to God, this year, let me just come out my comfort zone as a singer because, I used to be in my shell when it comes to singing. And now that I've shown, people in my class that I can sing, they all gave me like good opportunities to take to for chorus for our concert that's coming up. And I'm also looking forward to number one, always trying to have a better relationship with God this year. Um, Trying to read more this year. Um,
Okay,
I'm trying to, and I'm trying to, you know, work on myself this year. Like try new things this year to see what I can do. And
okay,
like, I want to get back into painting. That's what I want to get back into this
okay.
year. Um,
Yeah, because you didn't do much painting last year, did you?
no, man.
No, you didn't. Because you painted. Matter of fact, hold on one second. Yeah, keep talking. Let me get this painting that you painted for me.
So yeah, I think, and something else I'm looking forward to this year is just m- trying to be more talkative in school. Having confidence in myself, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, let me see. Aunt Destiny said him all grown up and congratulations.
Thank you.
And I Rita said, yes, TJ, that is how I came out of my shell also. Okay, you guys, I just want to interject. This is what he painted for me. Can y'all see that? I love sunflowers. It's my favorite flower. And so I told him what colors I had in my room. And he says, okay, well, let me paint it for you. And so he painted me some sunflowers and I hung it up. I'm like, oh. So, it makes me feel really special. Um, Sister Deidre says beautiful, and I Ashley says that's nice, nice, nice,
And
T, nice. Y'all know who I'm mocking on that one. And Ashley says, same here, my favorite flower. I know, Ashley, I love it. Sister Chris says, Destiny says it's beautiful. Sister Chris said, awesome, great job. That's love. Yes, it is. Sister Francis says, great job, Tashawn. Shalom says that's beautiful. And BJ says very nice. So yeah, I mean, he sings. I mean, you don't want to sing right now, do you?
because
No.
it's morning and I usually prep my voice before I
Oh.
sing.
Do you think I could play what you sent me the other
Oh
day?
yes, ma'am.
You
That was my audition video for my solo.
really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all let me well, you let me know if you can hear it because if you can hear it, then everybody else can too. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is my nephew, you guys. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear it in the comments. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry too, Destiny. Oh my gosh. I was like listening to this at work with my headphones on. I'm just like, my baby's singing. I'm so like terrible with that. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh. Hold on, wait. Like I'm really like tearing up because it's just like y'all have just grown up so much before our eyes. It's kind of like, man, like when I moved up to Philly, I just felt like I was so far away from y'all. You know, I come back and BD is like a giant. I'm like, my goodness. And then you and Jemiah, y'all just so like, well, everybody's taller than me, first of all. But it's just like y'all are just, and just to hear y'all talk and to hear the conversations that we have. And I know you're nervous right now, and Brandon was nervous last week. And so you're not able to articulate your words the way that you normally would. But it's like y'all are just young adults. And it's like, to see that y'all are in holiness and y'all are actually striving to take things seriously at an age that I didn't. Like that right there means so much. And to hear you singing, and I think that was Whitney Houston's song, I Look to You, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
ma'am.
That's just, oh, that just made it like, okay, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I gotta listen to that again when I'm done. But let me see. Sister Chris said, "Sing." Sister Darniqua said, "Beautiful artwork. You're a great artist, sir. Wishing you much success in all your goals and hopes you have." And he has done
Thank you.
way more than that, y'all. And that was just a little bit. Sister Salome was telling me yes. And Wanda says, "Wow." I know he's always recording stuff and sending it to us, and we just listen. I know Destiny's over there like Wanda says, "Beautiful." And Destiny's like, "I'm about to cry." I'm like, "Me too." Sister Deidre put her hands raised. Uh, Ashley says, "Sang now." And Sister Shalom says she's crying. I know it just brings out that side of you that you just like. "Ugh." Sister Chris says, "Beautiful." Sister Deidre says, "Sang." Sister Francis said, "I love it." This said, "Wonderful." And then Sister Darwinika says, "Me too. Go ahead on, brother. Sing unto the Lord our God." Right. And Brother Trenton says, "Go ahead, TJ." And BJ, your cousin, says, "Nice, TJ,
Thank
nice."
you.
You know who I'm mocking when I say that. But you really do have talent. Like you really do have something special. So don't sit on that. You know, don't be afraid. Now, I know this is where we become different because I'm always out there singing, you know? But I would love to sing with you one day. I would love to sing a duet with you one day, you know, and just know that it's going to be great because it's you and I, and we singing unto God, and we're not out there singing for money and doing all this other good jazz. Not that it's wrong, anything wrong with that if you're doing it the right way, but it's like, I would love to sing a song with you one day, and we can probably do, something. I could sing something, or maybe I could come over and you can record a song and I can sing on there with you. Like I can record something with you. We can do something like that. We don't have to do it in front of people. We can do a recording, and then I would love to share it. Can I share it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I share this to my page
Yes, ma'am.
on Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. But I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud. I'm really proud. And just seeing y'all, he's a track star, first of all. I knew, but I told you years ago. What did I tell you? I said, Tashawn, you run really fast. I think you would do
Mm,
really good in track. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Okay, it's kind of bad, but I had something upstairs, and Tashawn is a fast runner. So I said, let me see how fast. I said, Tashawn, go ahead and run and get my bag or something. I said, and let me see how fast you go. And I mean, he ran, took off, came back down. I was like, oh, I said, oh, you're gonna be a good track star. And I ran track when I was in middle school. I definitely wasn't as fast as him, but He's a good track star. He's done cross country. I've actually been there at your, I never got a chance to go to any of your track meets. Are you gonna be running track?
Well, I was gonna do it next year.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do it this year, but work and stuff, and I can't like manage all that. So I was
Yeah.
gonna do it next year. So next year I'll probably do it next year for
Okay. Now
track.
let me know because I'm going to come to the track meets. Because I love track. I just love it. I really do. It's one of my favorites. Because I used to do it, and so I just think it's just interesting. And it's really good seeing y'all shine. Like Jemiah does softball, and and I think it's just beautiful. Aunt Destiny says Speedy Gonzalez, and then BJ's been crying laughing faces. I think that might be. I don't know why he's laughing, but let me know, BJ, because I say some stuff when unless he's laughing at Aunt Destiny, and I actually said do it so you can get a scholarship. Would you run track in college? Is that something that you're looking forward to doing, or no?
Well, I thought of it yesterday because I was talking to my mom and stuff about track, and I can get a scholarship. It could help me in college, and but she knows, I'm not like a lover of track, but music is. I love music,
What you love, yeah.
so I was gonna go to school for music.
Nice, nice. And I was getting ready to ask you that. So that what you're planning to do? You're planning to go to school for music?
Yes, ma'am.
And what aspect are you going to take up music as far as learning theory, learning how to read notes, and learning
I
or
was
you just one
gonna.
day be a chorus teacher? Like, what are you thinking?
I was going to music business. Learn about the music industry and make my own. I want to like have my own label and make music for myself and
Mm-hmm.
let people from the church and other people hear it, like hear me sing and everything. So that was my goal when I finished
You gonna
school
let
and
me
everything.
record a track on your label?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pay you. Don't worry. That would be really, really good. Ashley said you got options for sure. Absolutely. And Lord, Uncle Josh, do you read that comment?
Oh,
My N word, TJ. Thank you for not putting it. He's so crazy. Josh was so crazy. Thank you to those that are just joining in. We're getting ready to wrap up soon. But it's really good to hear about that, about just the things that, holiness and things like that. And right, Destiny. And he's already producing. Like you put that together. Like you've done that already. So producing ain't gonna be nothing for you. Destiny says, I love it, producer TJ. And Ashley says she gotta go. Y'all know I can't sit still too long. Okay, thanks for joining us,
okay.
Ashley.
Bye.
But we're getting ready to come to a close. I really do appreciate your time and your efforts. And I know BJ was nervous last week and you're nervous this week, but I really do appreciate y'all both for coming on and sharing, some gems with us and some things of what y'all do. Y'all are really amazing people. And I just thank God that I'm able to be able to witness such a transformation in your lives. Y'all have always been good kids. I never really seen y'all as the type of kids that's being out there acting like a fool. Cause when that was one thing I can truly say, like, you know, y'all have always been like really good kids, and just to see y'all put God in y'all life and put him in the right place, which is first, it's truly an honor to be a part of a family that loves God, and to see that you all are taking those things in seriously, and that praying and doing things like that. I mean, do you pray at school? I mean, I know you probably
Yes,
pray over your food,
yes, ma'am.
but in what way do you pray at school?
So at school, like because I eat lunch with my friends. So at school, I pray with my food, but I don't like pray out loud. I just be praying in my head. I pray, every time I go to school because I don't know what's going to happen at school. So you know, I pray. Usually, I just pray in my head at school. Yes,
Have you ever encountered anybody that kind of triggered you to pray? Like,
like
how you can be around somebody and they just seem so off. You be like, Lord, please help me, please keep me, protect me. I find that as an adult, I pray stuff like that all the time. I really do, because if I feel like somebody a little strange and I don't know where they're coming from, I'm like, Lord, please have mercy on me, protect me, and keep me. I don't know what's going on with them. Without judging, but you just gotta. I pray a prayer of protection. So I think it's really good to just have that mindset that if you feel something is off, or if you feel like something is weird, for you to have that mindset to, you know, really pray in that moment. I think that's a really good thought. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Mhm.
And God willing, I look forward to maybe one day having you, BJ, you know, and Jemiah on, and just Jaleesa, Aiden, and just have like a little family rap session in public where we're not saying too much. Maybe one of these days, or we can just talk about stuff that we love and just be us. But thank you, and I'm going to end this session with my song, of course, you guys. Oh, BJ says, "Man, I really am proud of you, TJ." That's what BJ
Thank
said.
thank you.
I'm proud of you too, BJ. Proud of all of y'all. But let me see. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you till we meet again. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you till we meet again. Let me see. Destiny says, lovely episode as always. Thank you for sharing your perspective, TJ. And she said, yes, I am proud too. Proud of you both. Love you, goddaughter. Love you, God, mommy. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you yet another Saturday on the Fly with Bev show. Tune in again, God willing, next week. And I look forward to sharing more information. And I'm going to go into some topics and just, hey, have at it. So I love y'all. Thank y'all. Peace be unto y'all. Bye.